Remember, we're always, when we do evaluations for practice growth, we look at all these categories: space, person, first of all, personality, where you're at, the doctor, where's he at, conviction, confrontation, emotional. We go to the space. What are we looking for? The space. Do you have the ability to process? Is there any limit? Is there anything limiting in your space? So patients, when they come in, they can just come in, get treated, and go out. And then limit space, labor, equipment, right? And then we go to knowledge, skill, motivation, HR, and systems. Okay. So you definitely have enough space, square foot. You've got good layover. You're doing multiple things within the space, whether it's an x-ray adjusting in a doctor's office. That's real good overlap. The only thing that I did see, I only saw 2 therapies that were the same, right? I didn't see 3. Okay, your mute is on. Your mute is on. I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Now, what's going to happen when one person, you only got 2 therapies of any kind? You don't have 3, right?
Yeah, just 2 adjusting tables.
Well, not just adjusting tables, therapy also.
Oh yeah, like two of everything it seems.
Okay, so what happens when one person comes in and they need the therapy? Is that going to be a problem?
It can, especially if I start getting busier.
That's not what I said. Hey, let's increase our active listening skills.
Okay.
Okay, that's not what I said. I said one person comes in. Are you for that therapy, or is it going to be any problem?
No.
No. 2 people come in for that therapy at the same time. Is it going to be a problem?
Nope.
3 people come in at the same time. Is it going to be a problem?
Yeah,
Why?
because if they all want to do that first, someone's gonna have to wait.
Well, I specifically said they're wanting that therapy. Okay.
So yes, there will be a problem because they have to wait.
Yeah. The number of units you have will at some point be a limiting factor. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
How long can somebody wait before they start getting frustrated?
7 minutes and up,
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
What's the rule? What's the rule for growth? You always have to have a vacuum for growth. Does Mother Nature put more of something into something that's already full? No.
No.
You have to have a vacuum. So for you to fill up, put more water in a glass, what do you have to have in that glass?
Bigger glass?
Half of it has to be empty, or you got to have a bigger glass. Okay. So how many patients will typically can you go up to with only 2 therapies and nobody waiting? So the goal is not to have people waiting up to 7 or 12 minutes. That's not the goal. The goal is to have nobody waiting for that therapy. So anytime somebody's waiting for that therapy, like they say there's 2 people on it and somebody else is it's time for somebody else to get on it, what does that tell you about your practice right now?
That we need more stations, or we need to find a way to be more efficient.
Your practice isn't going to grow.
Isn't going to grow.
Doesn't matter what you do. Let's say you do marketing and you bring in a ton more new patients. What's going to happen?
Not going to work because everyone's going to be waiting around.
It's all going to stop at that station. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. This is a way of thinking that I'm talking to you. This is not nonchalant. These are real principles of growth.
Yes, sir.
So many doctors think they can have one therapy and then they'll get like one therapy of 10 different therapies of one trying to do everything. And what just happened? They limited how much patients they can see because they only have one therapy. And what happened to the overhead when you're trying to do 10 different things?
It's going to stop at a certain point.
Well, you got to buy 10 different things, right?
Yeah.
How much more training do you got to do with 10 things versus 3?
Yeah, a lot more.
What is more simple in systems, 10 or 3?
3.
Is this not common sense or what?
Common sense.
Now, if you're seeing 40 visits a week, will you even know it?
No.
No, you're going too slow.
Mm.
So you have to find these problems when they become problems and before they become problems. Soon as somebody's waiting for any service, what do you have to tell yourself?
Is there a way, do I need to get more equipment or find if they can start a different station? Got to find a way.
Here's what you need to tell
Not
yourself.
waiting.
You just stop the growth of your practice. That's what you need to tell yourself. Now you can temporarily, right? You get two people and they're on it, third person comes in and like say they're doing two therapies. So you divert this one over to the other therapy first, right? How
Yeah.
efficient is that?
Um, like if someone's doing cervical and then someone's doing lumbar and they switch,
Yeah.
I would
Is
say
that
that's pretty
is
efficient.
that a band-aid or is that fixing the problem?
I'd say it's fixing the problem.
Do you think that's fixing the problem?
Because if there's technically 4 stations and there's 4 patients, they can all start at the exact same time.
Okay. And now what happens with the fifth one?
And then they have to wait.
And now what do you got?
Stop and growth
You got a problem.
problem.
But you got one other problem. You ever heard of a thing called a system?
System, yeah.
Where people go A, B, C, D, E, F.
Hmm.
So guess what happens when you train the patient to go A, B, C, D? Oh, by the way, that's not going to happen today. We're going to go A, B, D, F, and then we're going to come back to E. What'd you just do to your system?
Made a big mess and then there's a bunch of confusion.
Back to my original question. Did you fix the problem or is it now a Band-Aid?
Band-Aid.
Do you get the point?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't take much for a person to be distracted and go off point. They're way better if they do the same thing. We're like rats. We'd rather do the same thing over and over and over. Don't make me do something new. Don't make me do some. We resist change, don't we?
For sure.
Well, guess what your patients resist?
Same thing.
Same thing. So do you think I'd rather have 4 patients come in at once and I taught them to go to A, B, C, D, and they could all go to A, B, C, D all together? Or do you think I'd go A, B, 2 of them are going to go to C and 2 of them are going to go to D, and then they're going to switch?
Yeah, keep it organized.
You
ABC.
think that's what Henry Ford did?
No, no, no.
Do you get my point?
Yeah.
You see how
I'm
anal
sure.
I'm about this?
Yep. For sure.
So yeah, you can put a band on it, right? Is that the real way to grow a business, by putting a Band-Aid on it?
No, because then there'll be band-aids everywhere and then you don't
That's
know
right.
where to
You
move.
just violated what they want. What do they want? They want stability and security. They don't want change. They want blah, blah, blah. That's why when you schedule them for appointment and say it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5:30, right? And you cut them down to twice a week, you better stay on Monday, Wednesday, and you better stay on 5:30 because they've already put that in their life. So you better not, when they go Monday, Wednesday, 30 at 5:30, you better not go, okay, we'll see you Tuesday now at 4.
Mhm.
Why? We're creatures of habit, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about you with human nature. I'm not talking to you about chiropractic or your feelings or my feelings. I'm talking about people and human nature, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what you got to learn about running a business. You got to learn about people and their natural instincts. So what would you rather do? 4 of them come in and they're all trained to go through A, B, C, D and out the door? Or they come in, A, B, C, after C, 2 go to D, and then they switch to C and D.
Yeah. ABC.
What'd you just do to them?
If we do it the other way,
Oh, by the
confusion.
way, when they come in the next time, that's not the system they're on. Next time they come in, it's A, B, C, D. What did you just do to them?
Confusion. They're not sure what to do.
Is that a system?
No,
Is confusion part of a system?
definitely not.
You get my point?
Yes, sir.
These are all the little things you won't even think a thing about. And it won't matter if you're not seeing very many patients, will it?
Nope.
You won't even know it That's like your car. I say this all the time. If your car is only going 5 miles an hour and one of your tires is grossly out of a line, you won't even know it, will you?
Nope.
But that tire that's grossly out of line will stop you from going 40 miles an hour, won't it?
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what happens in practices. It's all these little bad habits that now become stopgaps. So the first thing I would say, you got good utilization, you got good space, you got your therapies. I'd say you're going to be limited. So how many patients can you typically see? Now those are active therapies, right?
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Active versus passive therapies. They're rehabilitation therapies.
Yeah, we set them up in traction. They're they're doing it.
Do you know the difference between an active and a passive therapy?
Isn't active more the patient is the one having to do it versus if you're passive, someone's doing it for you, correct?
Well, passive, nobody's doing it. They just lay on it like a roller table or a muscle
Okay, yeah.
stim. That's passive.
Yeah, let's say we have active and passive then.
Okay.
Active for exercise.
Most of the ones I saw there that are two were active therapies. They weren't passive therapies.
Hmm.
What's the difference also between an active therapy and a passive therapy with billing?
I'm not sure.
You don't know? You
No.
get paid more for active therapies.
Okay.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Do you know there's time requirements with active therapies and there's no time requirements with passive therapies?
Oh, I see. Yeah, you want units versus traction. It's just traction. There's no units for it.
Okay.
See, okay, yeah.
In other words, do you understand there's a clear distinction between those two types of therapies?
Yes, for
Okay.
sure.
So now you're doing active therapies and there's a required time limit on it. And let's say you're not doing the modifier. So now there's got to be 15 minutes from start to finish for that whole therapy for full billing, right?
Hmm.
You got 2 units. How many people can you schedule at the same time with 2 units? And
Isn't
nobody
that,
waiting.
isn't that like 15 to 27 minutes for that one? For
15, it's
units?
15 minutes.
Oh, 15 minutes.
So what's the most amount of people you can schedule at the same time that need those therapies?
It would just, yeah, it'd be two because we only have two of everything.
Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how many patients can you see before they're coming in and using those therapies? They're both being used. How many patients can you see before now people have to start waiting to go to that therapy?
Yeah, just two.
How many patient visits will typically 2 visits allow you to go up to with nobody waiting when they're going to be waiting on the table for 15 minutes?
If we're doing it in the structure of ABC, it would just be two, 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 and
Well,
then
let's stick with ABC first, and then let's go to your ABCD, reverse it, FGQP. Okay,
Mhm.
let's stick with one first. Okay,
Okay.
so and then we'll go to the AABB. Okay,
Okay.
okay. So you got 2 people coming in. They're going through ABCD.
Mhm.
You got 2 people on the therapy. How many patient visits a week are you going to be able to see before now somebody has to wait to get on that therapy?
A week?
The therapies are 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You got 2 therapies. They're on it for 15 minutes. How long before you're going to be able to schedule somebody else to get on that therapy?
Oh yeah, 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
Okay. So how many patient visits are you going to be able to see at the exact same time with nobody waiting? Because you know that's the goal, right? Nobody wait. They come in, get treated, and they leave. You know that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
You know when people wait, they're not interested in building your practice and referring you patients. You understand that?
Yeah, I've been there being as the patient, it's
Okay.
terrible.
So let's get back to the model, the ABCD model. How many patient visits are you going to be able to see with only 2 therapies using the ABCD model?
It's gonna cap out at a certain number.
What do you think that's going to be with 2 therapies? 15
Um,
minutes long.
15 minutes long. Well, in a week I got to 50 this week. But yeah, we definitely try to do, a certain order, but we definitely say, oh, we're going to do lumbar traction today, and then let's do cervical after.
Okay. It's
I
about
don't,
60. I'll just tell you,
okay, yeah, I was like I say, I don't know.
it's about 60 to 80 visits.
Okay, 60, 80.
So in other words, can you see once you go past, say, 80 visits, people are going to now be waiting to get on it?
Yeah, I
Are you going to be able to grow your practice now?
nope.
Okay. Now let's use your model. They're doing two active therapies. Two come in or on those two. Two more come in. They're supposed to be on it, but you're going to move them over here first, right?
Hmm.
But you trained them on ABC, but now you're switching them over to ABFE. Good systems, no confusion with the patient,
Confusion.
high
Yep.
reproducibility,
No.
easy communication between staff members.
Nope.
What did you just introduce to your system?
Chaos.
Chaos. Let's keep playing the chaos game, okay?
Okay.
You got two going in through ABCD, two come in, do the other time. So if you do go to the chaos model, you can do four at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Nobody waiting. And then you switch, okay? How many can you see with the chaos model now?
Yeah, just four.
Well, patient visits a week. If you can see
Um,
two, if with 2 units, you can see up to 60 to 80, you're going to do the chaos model. So how many will you be able to see now?
wouldn't it be the same?
No,
No?
no, you got 4 people on instead of 2. And then they're going to switch, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if they do that, you'll be able to see more patients, won't you?
Yeah.
And they're not waiting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we moving too fast here? Are we okay?
No, yeah, we're okay. I'm just saying, yeah, if there's two to start the ABC, would people have to, if four people come at the same time, if everyone needs to start at A, only two people can start with A. So wouldn't those two people have to wait?
But we're talking about the chaos model now.
Yeah.
So we're going to put 2 over to C and D. 2 are going to go on A and B, right?
Yeah.
And then when it's over, you're going to switch them, right?
Yeah.
And we already agreed that's chaos, right?
Yeah. Chaos.
Okay. But could you see more patients doing that model?
Um, no.
Yeah, you're seeing 2 are on therapy as opposed to waiting.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying with the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would be able to sneak up more visits kind of accidentally, right?
Yeah.
But what did you introduce to your system?
Yeah. Chaos. We'll
What do you
start
think Henry
speaking.
Ford did? You think he just, this line is full? So go, hey, if the bumper line is full, let's take the next 5 cars and put the steering wheel on and then go down the line and switch them back. And you think that's what Henry Ford did?
No.
What do you think Henry Ford did?
Start A and
Let's
end up
make
at
another
B.
line.
Yeah. Or yeah, make another one.
How much sense does that make?
Complete
How
sense.
much easier is it just to make another line and keep everybody on the same system?
Yeah, just clarity.
Yeah. So you have a Band-Aid. Okay. So the two therapies become limiting factors until you enter chaos. You're going to find that out as you grow your practice. And now somebody's got to make that decision in the back. Who's on where, what, and you're confusing the patient. What do they do first, second, and third? Okay. That sound like an efficient way to run a highly productive business?
If we're doing ABC, yeah.
What if you're doing ABC, GF, ABC?
No. Sloppy.
Yeah. Okay. So what would I do if I walked into your office? I bought that practice. What do you think the first thing I would do looking at space? And we're not talking about labor yet. So your space is fine. We're only talking about equipment. So guess what? The first thing I would do to increase your productivity, and by the way, it's going to be your first this is going to be one of your first limiting factors. You're not there yet, but it's going to be one of your first limiting factors. You're going to either have to introduce chaos Not real smart, is it?
No.
Or what's the easiest, simplest, most effective thing to do?
Yeah, create another line.
Add another therapy.
Yeah.
Okay. Another
Mhm.
therapy keeps all the systems the same, all the training's the same, the staffing, everything's the same.
Mhm.
And then guess what happens when you get somebody's waiting after 3?
Get another one.
At 4. Okay.
Mhm.
Generally speaking, when you have 6, it takes about 6 therapy stations to be able to see over 200 or 300 patient visits a week, depending on what they are, if they're active therapies or passive therapies. Active therapies take more time. So
Mhm.
sometimes you even need more than 6 to see like 300 or 400 visits a week. But
Mhm.
optimally, you're going to be very limited with 2 therapies. It's usually 60 to 80 visits, or you have to introduce chaos. That's not real smart, is it?
No.
What's the easiest damn thing to do?
Yeah, keep creating lines.
Add another therapy.
Therapy, yeah.
Soon as somebody's waiting again, what's the easiest thing to do?
Keep on adding.
You get how easy is this?
Easy until we run out of space.
Do we have to change the systems, the flow, the training?
Nope.
Are we confusing the patient?
Nope.
You see how these things start adding up?
For sure.
Okay. You go into an office and you're taught to go A, B, C, D. You do that 3 or 4 times. And then, oh, by the way, that you come in one day, you've been trained to go A, B, C, D, this room, then this room, or whatever. And they go, oh, Mary, we're come over here. We're going to do this the first time. How do you feel about that when they said that?
Yeah. Wait, what? I want to do
Are
this one. We're supposed to
you a
do this
little
one first.
confused?
Yeah.
You want to introduce that to your practice?
No.
Got to think smarter. So you're going to run into a limiting factor right around 60 visits, definitely by 80, because you got 2 therapy units, not 3. 3 will take you up to about 120 visits. 4 will take you up to about 150. Usually 6 visits takes you over 200, or 6 therapies take you over 200 with nobody waiting.
Yeah.
And when it comes to labor now, who's doing the therapy? Do you have a part-time person, full-time person, or is the doctor running around and doing that?
Yeah, it's me and my front desk doing it. So, for example, in battleground, they have a
No, no,
designee.
no, 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 no. We're only talking about your office.
Okay. Yeah, just me and her, just 2 people.
Okay. All right. You're seeing 40 visits a week, no big deal, right?
Yeah, not bad.
You got plenty of time. In other words, you should be doing everything in the back, all the clinical. She should be doing all the administrative in the back. You can't have her running back and forth, putting people on and off therapy and expect to grow the practice, do you? You think Henry Ford, it just keep saying this to yourself every time you think of your practice. Would Henry Ford do this? You think Henry Ford would take his receptionist and run her back to the line where they're building the vehicles to put something on and off a vehicle and then run back up to the reception area?
No.
You see how stupid that sounds?
Yeah.
But chiropractors do that
Mhm.
because you don't even realize you're wasting. No, the chiropractor, you should treat the patient and you're the one that should put them on and off therapy unless what? You're tied up because we don't want the patient waiting, right?
Yeah.
So the only reason that she should be putting somebody on or off therapy is you're tied up. What are the 4 qualifiers that'll make you tied up?
Someone's waiting for an adjustment.
You shouldn't be tied up for an adjustment. How long does it take you to adjust somebody?
2 minutes.
That's not being tied up. You're tied up seeing a new patient.
Oh, yeah. New
Doing
patient
a,
or exam.
doing a consultation, exam, or x-rays, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Or
Yeah.
patient education, right? You're a little more tied up there, right?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You shouldn't be tied up for an adjustment. So she should be trained, and that should be trained. You're the one that should be taking them on and off therapy because you're the clinical in the back and she's the administrative in the front. You don't run her ass around, but
Mhm.
that's what chiropractors do. You know why?
Mhm. Lazy?
They're lazy. Here's typically what happens. They're not efficient with their notes. They get done with the patient. They're not efficient with their notes. They take their time doing the soap notes. They make the front person stop what she's doing, run to the back, put them on therapy, go up to the front. Doctor's taking his time with the notes, on the phone with his friend. And then when the bell rings, she runs back to take him off therapy. Do you think Henry Ford would run his factory like that?
No way.
So who started the whole problem?
I did.
The doctor being lazy with his notes.
Mhm.
You should be totally done with your notes before that patient leaves the room. That's how fast and efficient you should be. And then you're the one at that low volume, you're the one that should be putting them on therapy and taking them off therapy unless you're tied up. So now it's trained in. The only time she comes back to put them on or off is she knows you're tied up, because we don't want the patient waiting, right?
Yeah. I have been putting them on everything.
Okay. I'm talking about guidelines and rules to running a highly efficient property. And I'm going through multiple categories.
Okay.
Going through space, labor, equipment, knowledge, skill. We're going through all the categories. How many things could go wrong up to this point? How many topics did we cover right now that could go wrong?
Yeah, a whole handful of them.
A lot.
A lot of Band-Aids.
So we need to find, so what do I know is going to happen when you take your practice up to 60 plus visits?
Start to run out of space.
You got chaos.
Chaos.
You're going to introduce chaos. You're going to make her run her ass off more.
Mhm.
The patient's going to get confused. That's how you're going to grow a practice.
No, we've discussed this too.
That's where you're headed.
Yeah.
That's one of, now I haven't even covered the other limiting factors yet. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing and what's about where you're headed. So anyway, you should be putting them on and off. Do your 2-3 minute adjustment. You take care of all the clinical. It's trained in if you're doing one of the major activities, patient education, exam, consultation, x-rays. That's the only time she comes back. Okay, now you start seeing 60, 80 visits. What's the very next thing you should do?
Get more therapies.
Get another therapy so so 3 people can be on it, not violating the system, right?
Yep.
Then what else should you do for labor?
I believe we would need someone, I don't know, I forget the official we need a CA, yeah, we need a CA.
Okay, do you need a full-time one or part-time?
Full-time?
No, you're
Full-time.
totally okay temporarily with a part-time person during the industrial hours. That's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the afternoon, 2 to 6. And all they do, what's their only role? This is like a college student, high school. What's the only thing they do? Put people on and off therapies.
Pretty
Will
straightforward.
will that increase the flow and allow you to move up faster with less cost?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So yeah, you could bring in that depends on how fast you want to grow. If I want to grow fast, I'm not going to fool around with a part-time person, right?
Yeah, no.
I need another anchor person, don't I?
Yep.
Now, why? The anchor person's not only going to be there full time, but we're also going to do all the help with all the therapy, but also the marketing. So now you got somebody else pushing the new patients.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go slow and you're watching your money, you want to go part-time up to about 120, 30 visits, right?
Yeah.
Soon as you go to 120 for 30 visits, then you hire your anchor person, and you can still keep your part-time person as you keep growing. You don't need another anchor person. You only need 2 full-time people in your practice, the way it's laid out, to maximize your time for money. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
In other words, we had a full-time person, full therapy person in marketing. That's enough for you to see 200 visits a week, or however, that's it. Right?
Yeah.
Can't do that with a part-time person, though, can you?
No.
So that's the next decision point you're going to be coming across with labor. It's go away. We get up to 60. We've got a therapy problem. We need 3, not 2. And now we need to leverage time better. So she's not running her ass around. I'm not running my ass around, but nobody's waiting. So you go, well, let's do a stopgap and hire somebody part-time just to come in Monday, Wednesday, Friday after work or only during the main industrial hours. Are you open on Friday afternoon?
No.
So it's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday then, right?
Yeah. 9 to, yeah, you do know the schedule.
Yeah. When somebody schedules in the afternoon 3 times a week, it's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, right?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay. So your part-time person would come in afternoons, like 2 to 6, 3 to 6, just to help people move on and off tables. That's it.
Yeah.
So how much would that take? So the part-time person is going to leverage time to come up. You had one more unit. Now you got 3 units, not 2. Is anybody waiting now?
Nope.
Do you got room for growth?
Oh, yeah.
Comes up to 120, 130. What's going to happen? What's going to happen to those 3 tables, those 3 units?
You're going to get full.
Which means you got to do what now?
Get more therapies.
Get another unit. And now what's happening to your volume? Do you want to keep a part-time? Is a part-time person going to help you grow to the next level?
Nope.
No. So you're either going to have to get the part-time person at 60 to 80 with plans on running it right up, or if you want to save on money, right? Go a little slower, bring the part-time person in to take it up to 120, 130. You got your 3rd table. You're probably going to need your 4th one now when you hit 120, 130. And now you're going to want a full-time person. That's going to leverage them to see more patients in the non-major hours. That's going to free you up to see more patients, right?
Yeah.
And they're taught marketing. So it frees you up to see more business and they help create more business. How much sense does that make?
Crystal clear.
Do you understand your system right now? You're not going to go past 60, 80 visits a week.
Yeah, and then just talking about it really clarifies it. Easy just to be like, oh yeah, I know that, but to actually talk about it, it's like, oh yeah, that's a big problem.
Yeah. You're stuck at 60, 80 visits a week, no matter how many new patients you get with your present system.
For sure.
Okay. So we're just saying, and we haven't even covered the other topics yet, have we?
No.
You may not even be good at some of these other systems. So we still don't know the primary problem, don't we?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so we covered space, labor, equipment. We know what we're dealing with there. We got your personality profile. Are you from the area?
I'm from Michigan, but I've lived around here since I was 5, so yeah.
Is your parents or family around there?
Yeah, I live like 8 minutes away, 10 minutes away. I live at home still.
Okay. And then so your parents are there, you've lived there for quite a while. Well, that's good. And then what child are you, the firstborn, secondborn?
First, I'm a twin. First.
First, how many brothers and sisters?
Yeah, twin brother and a little sister.
3 altogether. You're a
Oh,
twin.
yeah.
Fraternal, identical twin.
Fraternal.
Fraternal twin. And then what do your parents do for a living?
My dad's a contractor, my mom's stay-at-home mom.
Stay-at-home mom. What was your first job? You remember?
First official job, Fred Meyer pushing carts.
Or were you in high school?
Yep, 18.
Yeah. Who bought your first car?
Parents.
Parents did. Did you have to pay for the gas and insurance?
I pay uh, a chunk of the insurance, but yeah, I pay for gas.
And then how did you get into chiropractic again?
I just had pains growing up, and I was thinking I want to do something in the medical field, but didn't. I don't looking into nursing, didn't like it. Physical therapy, thought it was not really what I wanted, and then set with chiropractic. So I don't have like a crazy, oh, I got adjusted and I want to be a chiropractor the rest of my life. More, I was just around it. I like the atmosphere, how you can connect with patients, and then also not getting stuck working for someone your whole life.
Did you get chiropractic treatment before you decided to be a chiropractor, or you decided to be a chiropractor and then you got treatment?
I had treatment before.
Treatment before, okay. And for any big deal or just a minor problem or?
Mm. When I was younger, it was mostly upper back stiffness. And then I had lower back pain pretty bad just in school and everything. But yeah, mostly upper back
Was that in
stiffness.
high school or college?
Uh, yeah, college. The low back.
Either.
High school was the upper back. Low back was college.
College, okay. All right. And then so we talked about space, not an issue, good layout. Labor, you're going to run right into a labor issue here in the next 10, 20 visits. You can see that, right?
For sure.
Okay. You're going to need to talk with Dr. Tom about that. I'll talk with him too, but you should be able to process about 60 patient visits a week. That'll kind of be maxing you out, running your butt around, putting them off, during it. Because remember, you only got 4 hours a day. You don't got 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
So you got to be really efficient during those 4 hours. So you're going to run right up against that pretty fast. And then you're going to run up against the therapy issue pretty fast, unless you want to just, mix it for a while, put a little chaos in the system for a while. I don't recommend that at all. So space, labor, equipment. So that's good. We go to space, labor, equipment, knowledge, and skill. We're going to know that by looking at your stats. So next thing we'll do is we'll take a look at your stats. I need to know your dropout rate. The stats I send over, that all just needs to be filled out. You just need to fill out the dropout rate, the marketing. So I need to look at your dropout rate, your marketing, your prepays. I need to look at all the marketing information that's on there. So I don't know if have you seen that document yet?
I have one that's pretty similar, just in Excel.
Okay.
I think it's one Tom pretty much used from you, I'm pretty sure.
It probably is, but if you could update it, filling out, and then we'll
You have
go.
one you're saying?
What's that?
Fill out the one you provided.
Yeah, I'll email it to you and the video of how
Okay.
to fill it out, and then update it. And then we'll take a look at your patient retention. That'll tell us what you do or don't know, your strength and weakness. Then we'll look at the marketing. Same thing. That'll tell us your strength or weakness. Okay. So remember, there's 7 layers of growing a practice. The very next head you're going to run into is 60 to 80 visits, and it's going to be labor and one therapy unit. That's going to be your next limiting factor from what we know right now. It could be more based on what we see when we look at your statistics. If you have really bad statistics, that's not going to be good. So we'll look at your statistics to see what your knowledge and skill looks like. So we go space, labor, equipment, knowledge, skill, motivation, HR, and systems. We take a look at all of those and we go, okay, this is the number one problem that's limiting you the most right now. Could be 2 or 3, but this is the one. And you always find the number one and you always clear that out first. And if you don't clear it out, you don't put a system in place, it will come back. And it doesn't matter how much you grow up, the practice will always come back down to your weakest link. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we don't see a weakness link that's obvious right now, but we know you're getting ready to head into 2 weak links. That's going to limit your growth.
Yep.
And I think it's going to happen fast. As soon as we look at your stats, I think you're going to shoot up past 60 to 80 visits. I think you're going to hit your head on your 80 visit ceiling real fast. That's what I think. And then as soon as we put those in place, boom, the next ceiling after 60 to 80 is about 100, 120. And then that's a different issue again. So you see how we analyze this? Okay. You're the one that needs to be able to do this. Everything that I just did to you, you need to be able to do on your set by yourself. That's what you have to be able to do to be an employee or owner.
Accountable, yeah.
Well, it's not just accountability, it's called getting ahead in life.
Mm.
You got to know how to evaluate, isolate, find, solve, and take it to the next level. Okay, so that's what we'll do next. I think we covered things in pretty good detail. I think you got a lot of clarity out of this, right?
Yeah, crystal clear.
Okay.